Great to see you all. Hello, Katie. It's the first one of the year, and I'll start with a song, of course. There'll be lots of those as we go on. It's called All in Good Time. When will the bright light shine? All in good time, at the end of the damp cold night. All in good time, working as hard and loud, and keeping the pressure on. And all in good time, my friends, all in good time, we'll get our dividends. All in good time. 8 hours a day, me boys, all in good time, making these pointless toys, all in good time. Food on the table, roof and a gable, and all in good time, my friends, all in good time, we'll get our dividends, all in good time. Doctor to cure me, all in good time. A singer to soothe me, all in good time. Some soup and a ladle, a roof and a gable, and all in good time, my friends, all in good time. We'll get our dividends, all in good time. Now they're throwing food away, all in good time. If you're hungry, they'll make you pay, all in good time. Been to the moon and Mars, can reach up and touch the stars, and all in good time, my friends, all in good time. We'll get our dividends, all in good time. One farmer can feed us all in good time. So why must we toil and crawl, all in good time? If you fly to the queen bee, she'll feed you freely, but there's no milk and honey, you ain't got no money. And all in good time, my friends, all in good time, we'll get our dividends, all in good time. Now it's 1 in 100, all in good time. We've caught them, my hands are at, all in good time. Got our prosperity locked up, so fetch the key. And all in good time, my friends, all in good time, we'll get our dividends, all in good time. And all in good time, my friends, all in good time, we'll get our dividends, all in good time. Thank you very much. All in good time. So who's here and how is everybody? Happy New Year if I haven't talked to you yet this year. It's almost the end of January already. It's pretty stormy outside here in Weisenheim. I was wondering whether we're going to get rain pounding on the windows and wind whipping around, but it seems to have calmed down a little bit. Yeah, we didn't have much snow. Oh, look, here's some comments. I can see them now. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Christina. Hi, Anna.
Hi Max, haven't seen you for a long time. Hi Mirko. Hi Dad. Hi Richard, Dieter, Jack, Mum, Didi and Dieter. Nice to see you all. Welcome back. Babette, hi. So I'm going to change instruments around quite a bit at this one. I've hoofed this amplifier up the stairs. It doesn't look so big on the picture, but it's really heavy. I was reminded. So 2 streams ago, I did a Bob Dylan song with the electric guitar, and it went quite well, except afterwards I realised I'd missed out the middle 8, which is a really good bit of the song, so I thought, well, it's just an excuse to do it again. So it's a very evocative and it's an evocative song, but it's evocative of summer. So maybe we can do with that now. The version on the Bob Dylan album, the original version, starts off with the sound of crickets chirping for quite a long time before the riff comes in, which really sets the scene for this kind of, maybe, I know I've never been there, but maybe a Midwestern American landscape, small towns, and the odd goings on. And it's a great song called "The Man in the Long Black Coat." One day I'll invest in another capo so I don't have to keep taking them off everything. So. Oh yeah, let's see where everyone's watching from. Terry Bell says, hi Aus Berlin. Hi Laura. Lisa. Miriam. Virginie. Good to see you all. Leo says, where does he say that? Oh yeah. Leo says he's here and he's fine, thanks. Well, thanks Leo, Katie's just written that. I'm glad you're there and I'm glad you're fine. Man in the long black coat. Crickets are chirping, the water's high. There's a new cotton dress on the line, hanging dry. Windows wide open, the African trees bent over backwards from the hurricane breeze. She never said nothing, left never a note. She's gone with a man in the long black coat. Somebody saw him hanging around the old dance hall in the outskirts of town. He looked into her eyes when she stopped him to ask if he wanted to dance. He had a face like a mask. Somebody said from the Bible he'd quote, there's dust on the man in the long black coat. A preacher was talking, the sermon he gave, he
said every man's conscience is vile and depraved, and you cannot depend on it to be your guide, for it's you who must keep it satisfied. It's not easy to swallow, it sticks in the throat. She gave her heart to the man in the long black coat. There are no mistakes in life. Some people say it's easy if you see it that way. People don't live or die, people just float. She's gone with a man in the long black coat. In the high crescent moon, the pulse, a vibration of a rumbling force. Somebody is out there beating up a dead horse. She left not a word, not even with a man in the long black coat. Thank you very much. Bob Dylan, Man in the Long Black Coat. Well, no complaints about the sound, that's good. Sound and vision must be okay. So I'm going to play a bit of fiddle now. Mad swapping of stuff. And I've mentioned this a few times. I tried to keep playing things from an album I released 2 years ago, I think now, of traditional Northumbrian tunes. Tunes that were collected by William Vickers of Newcastle, and I didn't get a chance to tour the album or even do a gig for it, so I just pick random sets of tunes every now and again, and I fancy doing these ones. The Sailors Are All at the Bar, Ducks Dang Me Daddy, and Gallop and Shite. That's 3 jigs of various types with pretty good titles. I think I did these ones back in the summer. All right, so just glancing down the comments, Anna says, sound is really good. Richard said, very nice version. And Thomas says, hello Trish, leider hör ich nix. That means I can't hear anything. Well, there's no point in me saying what you need to do because you can't hear me. So I hope you get that sorted out. Yes, Dieter, you heard right.
And yes, please all dance around your living rooms, your kitchens, or wherever you happen to be, and let out the odd yelp every now and again. It's good. It's good for the soul. And you'll see the Christmas cactus has stayed. It's now a January cactus with all the lighting. It's good. Good to have a bit of light around the place at this time of year. Well, I hope you all had a good dance to that. Not had any answers from anyone about weather. This is worrying me slightly. I might have been a German citizen for 2 years already now, but I just can't shake the need of where I come from to know what the weather's like when I first meet people. So yeah, that's the only worry I have really at the moment. So let me know how your weather is. The next thing I'm going to do is another thing I forgot to do last time. And it was one of the things I was looking forward to most on the last stream, the one just before New Year's Eve. And then I just sort of forgot to do it. So here it is. It's on the resonator guitar. Hi, Ian. Hi, lovely Ian. So this is a Tom Waits song that I've sort of done a version for with slide guitar. Finally some weather. Dieter says, hier in Südhessen ist das Wetter okay. Regen, Sonne, Wind, etwas irisch, gell. So it says in South Hessia, weather's okay. Rain, sun, wind, slightly Irish. Yes, sounds like sort of that kind of thing. It's a bit like that here as well. It's quite wild. Is the concert on YouTube, he's asking? No, I don't have the technical ability at the moment. So, Babette, not impressed by the weather in Leipzig. Just stay indoors and watch this then. Come on up to the house. Nothing left in the world you can do. So come on to the house, hit by the forces inside of you. So come on up to the house. Well, way on top of the mountain of war. So come on up to the house. You know you should surrender, but you can't let go. So come on. The world is not
up my home, I'm just passing through. So come on up to the to the house. Bit of Tom Waits there, slidey style. Oh, more weather, that's good. Mostly cloudy skies and rain showers in Mannheim. I feel a bit like a weather reporter now. Maybe I've overdone this slightly. So Mannheim, mostly cloudy skies and a few rain showers. It's raining cats and dogs, says Max. I don't know where you are, Max. Did anyone else see a cat? Well, highly likely. I did. It was slightly distracting, I must say. There's one here, but you probably can't see him. And another one just walked through here. That's Paula, and Tiga just walked past. She's probably looking for trouble. So I'm going to do another one with the resonator guitar. I'm going to do a version of a Jez Lowe song. Grew up with Jez's songs, and also for quite a while lived quite close to where Jez is from, in County Durham. So the songs definitely have a resonance for me because they're almost always about the people from that area. And this is a great joining in song. It's a shame you're not all here, so I can't hear you, because it's Jez's kind of amazing gift is to write choruses that are just so great to sing along with. And it's a song called, what is it called? These Coal Town Days. And I need to put my claws on. These, I don't know if you can see them, it's like metal clips. It'll be out of focus, but there's these metal clips that go on your fingers. You get a better sound from a resonator guitar. And it's been bugging me because I've started using these at the end of summer. And I couldn't work out why they were never in the right order. Even if I took them off to answer the phone, put them back on again, they'd be in the wrong order. And I've discovered something about the human anatomy, which is just blew my mind yesterday. I don't know if this is common knowledge in the medical world, but depending on which way up your hand is, your fingers are in a different order. And what's been happening, I mean, if you don't believe me, first finger, second finger, third finger. Turn the hand over, third finger, second finger, first finger. So what's been happening is I've been taking the clips off my finger with the hand one way around and putting them on the other way, so they're in the wrong order. And they're a different size, you see. The things you find out through doing lockdown. Now, I can't remember which way is right now. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. This is my project for lockdown. Putting me clips on the right way around. Yeah, I've got it wrong again. Middle one's right. There we go. Magic. So if I get a Nobel Prize for science, you'll know why. It's funny how you never see it happen. The chorus, which I was saying is great. There'll be tears in the eyes of the weak, and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. There'll be tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these coal town days are done. He doesn't do short choruses, that's true. He'll pick it up. the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these coal town days are done. I'm just assuming you tried to join in already, so I'll give you that chorus one more time before we get going. There'll be tears in the eyes. There'll be tears in the eyes of the weak and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these coal town days are done. They'll be towering above this town since the century first started. They'll be tearing the towers down and the whole way of life's hauled away. There'll be tears in the eyes of the weak and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these coal town days are done. Men were working in fear and rage, and they'd curse it to hell in the darkness. But they'll walk from the last shift's cage, and they'll curse what the future's to bring. There'll be tears in the eyes of the weak and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these coal town days are done. Now the fight between the mine and the man, oh, the blood that it cost us, it was never to be lost or won, for the powers that be win the day. There'll be tears in the eyes of the weak and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these coal town days are done. And in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these coal town days are done. Cheats, highwayman, the liars and the cheats, highwayman, the liars and the cheats, highway the liars and the cheats. These coal town days, all about the shutting down of the coal mines, which were in County Durham, the main industry in the region. And we just arrived in that region just after that had started happening, or had been happening for a while. So even though it was, I remember much later when I was a student, there was a meeting of miners in Newcastle, and I was asked to sing a song, which I think I'm going to do, about the coal trade in the northeast of England, and they invited me along to sing this song, and there was a lot of chatting about, because it was a dangerous job, a lot of people were killed, a lot of people got illnesses through it, and
and it wasn't a very pleasant job, but they talked about the camaraderie, the fact that because everybody was doing it, everyone held together. And when that was just taken away, it wasn't just jobs, it was the whole way of life for everybody. And that was the real problem there. That's why it was missed, even though it was a job. That was a very hard job. Right, so here's a newish song. I sang this for the first time. Right, take them off in the right order. Never mind. This one came to me, this song, around about the time, I think it must have been October, start of November. I remember when I first sang it, I think in the November stream, or beginning of December. The song came about when Joe Biden had just been elected, and they just discovered, or just decided that the vaccine was safe and effective, and it just felt there was a bit of a sea change in the world, a bit of a fresh wind. Obviously it's going to be a long journey, but at least it started. So it's a song about hope, and it's called Swerve. I got a few questions. It is a funny word, isn't it, swerve? Hadn't realised. Swerve is if you're in a car, for example, and you steer away. This is for non-English speakers, obviously. If you steer away quickly from something and the car goes, oof, that's a swerve. Going round a corner quickly. Some people do that for fun. It's not in that key. So the chorus is, I want to swerve, swerve. I want to smell the smoke of scorching tyres. I want to swerve. I want to screech round the corner in a Cadillac. Ducks are running and the hares ahead. The paws are pounding and the sky is red. The bag is open and the cat got out. Roll up and read what it's all about. We're on a coup. We're on a coup. Outside it's raining and the window's shut. Got a tingling feeling in my gut. Crowds are racing past the sun. Smoke still rising from the starting gun. We're on a coup. We're on a coup. I wanna swerve. I wanna smell the smoke of scorching tires. Swerve. I wanna screech round the corner in a Cadillac. Out in the field, the turning soil in the pan, the water starts to boil. Raging rivers burst its banks. Will they change the guards and pull the ranks? We're on a coup. We're on a coup. I wanna swerve. I wanna smell the smoke of scorching tires. Swerve. I wanna screech round the corner in a Cadillac. We're chiming, defining what love can bring to darkness. We're mining the diamonds, they're shining in the darkness. The apples, they're turning red. I can see the mob is easy led. See the
never shy. We're gonna swoop, we're gonna swoop. I wanna swoop, I wanna smell the smoke of scorching tires. Swoop, I wanna screech round the corner in a Cadillac. Wanna swoop, smell the smoke of scorching tires. Swoop, I wanna screech round the corner in a Cadillac. We're chiming, defining what love can bring to darkness. We're mining the diamonds, they're shining in the darkness. We're chiming, defining what love can bring to darkness. We're mining the diamonds, they're shining in the darkness. Swerve. Thank you very much. So, I mentioned before a song about the coal trade in the northeast that I'd written. I wrote it with the help of my granddad, my mum's dad, John Reid, while I was living with him for the first year of university when I was studying folk music in Newcastle. I lived with granddad in Blythe, which is just 12 miles north of Newcastle. It's a harbour town. They used to build ships there as well. But exporting coal, mostly down to London, just down the coast, around the whole coast of England, was the main trade. And my granddad would be inside the ships, well, not the ships, the smaller boats would come into the harbour, colliers. He would be inside with a shovel, and he was responsible for making sure that the load was flat inside so the ship wouldn't, or the boat wouldn't list. And this boat would go out of the harbour to a bigger ship waiting and then be reloaded. Everything would be reloaded, so it was a long, long process. And I'd asked around with various folk singers in the area if there were songs, because there was lots of miners' songs, but I wanted to sing a coal trimmer's song. That was the name of the job, a trimmer. And I asked some people who really know their stuff, and they said, I've never seen a song about that trade. And they said, why don't you write one? And we'd just been learning about the way Ewan MacColl wrote songs about things he hadn't been involved with. For example, the shoals of herring, he hadn't been a fisherman. So he'd talked to a guy called Sam Larner, who was a fisherman, and recorded. They just had a chat together and recorded the conversation. And he used Sam Larner's words, his terminology, so you can get the sort of the lingo of a job or a group of people that you're not part of. You can get that into a song just by talking to someone from that scene. So that's what I did. I asked Grandad if that would be okay, and he obliged. So we had a lovely chat. I recorded it and went away with the words, and the song just basically wrote itself. And I found out quite a few things I didn't know about him. For example, that his workmates called him Jack or Jackie. So that's why in this song it starts off with my name's Jack Reid. So I'll dedicate this now to my cousin Jack Reid in Newcastle, and Debbie and John. Get well soon, all three of you. So, oh, there's a question. Is it? No. Oh, I can't keep up. Yep. This is the Blythe Trimmer. Dieter says the guitar sounds great. Good, that's the main thing. Name's Jack Reed and I've worked in Blythe since I was 19. I retired at 65, the war came in between. I started as a teamer on the quay, progressed to trimming eventually, where the coal was black, the river was green, and the sky was grey. Trimmer wore his fustian pants as stiff as cloth could be, a dark blue shirt, a bunny red tie, and he carried a can of tea. In a red handkerchief he wrapped his bread that he ate with the lads in the old tin shed, where the coal was black, the river was green, and the sky was grey. I bought the trimmer, I bought the colliers below the deck, working by the candlelight. Dark blue the air was thick with black coal dust, and the days just seemed like nights. Shoveling the coal along the plates, watched by the foreman and the mate, where the coal was black, the river was green, and the sky was grey. As I was working down below, I'd always knock up sharp. For those that let them team too long would be trapped down in the dark. The teamer would dig down from the top, till they pulled them out, all the work would stop, where the coal was black, the river was green, and the sky was grey. Port book tells of other work while the miners' strike was on, unloading fruit on Newcastle Quay, or to Sunderland we've gone. At Dunstan States we worked a day, but never very far away from where the coal was black, the river was green, and the sky was grey. Now Blythe Harbour's a different place since the colliery's closed. Stacks of props lie in the yard, all rotten and exposed. They cut the staves down from the shore, and the collier boats will sail no more. Where the coal was black, the river was green, and the sky, the coal's still black, the river's still green, and the sky is still grey. The Blythe Trimmer. I was just remembering other bits of the conversation while I was doing that. Great way of making historical documents. I should do it more. So, what does it say next? Complete change of style. Ian says, really nice background to this song that I thought I knew. Thanks, Ian. Did you think you knew the song or the background? You've only heard me tell it in German, haven't you? just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd feel like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last love has arrived, and I'll thank God I'm alive. You're too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stare, there's nothing else can compare. The sight of you makes me weak. There are no words left to speak. So if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I love you, baby. To all my lonely nights, I need you, baby. So still me when I say, oh pretty baby, don't let me down, I pray. Oh pretty baby, now that I know you stay, and let me love you. Let me love you. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You feel like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last love has arrived. I thank God I'm alive. You're too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Ready? Come on. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I love you, baby. To all my lonely nights, I need you, baby. So trust in you when I say, oh pretty baby, now that I know you stay. Oh pretty baby, now that I know you stay, and let me love you. Let me love you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. To all my lonely nights, I need you, baby. So trust in me when I say, oh pretty baby, don't let me down, I pray. Oh pretty baby, now that I know you stay, and let me love you. Let me love you. Bit of 1960s sing-along. So I'll do some fiddle tunes now. More tunes from the northeast of England. Well, probably not originally, but they were collected there. I was just listening to the radio today when I was washing the dishes, as I often do, and they were talking about some very old saints. Saint Cuthbert, who, despite dying, I think it was the 7th century, is a very famous character in Northumberland. I remember when we were little, we used to go to St Cuthbert's cave, Cubby's cave, and he lived out on Holy Island, Lindisfarne, and didn't really know much about the guy until I was washing the dishes today, and he'd come. He was part of the Irish Church before the Irish Church was Roman Catholic. I didn't know that whole thing happened in history. So that's an Irish influence in the northeast of England that goes way back further than I realised, because I knew from the research I did for the fiddle album I did, which was the 1700s, the music, that by that point there were people going backwards and forwards for work reasons between Ireland and Northumberland, and taking music with them in both directions. So it goes back further. Well, so far back that the music would probably be unrecognisable to our ears now. So probably not
musically relevant, but I just thought, well, there you go. Places are more connected than you think. The Lily, the Mad Frenchman, and the Drummer. I forgot to go, woo! I was concentrating too much. So, well, what else could you follow that with other than a Stevie Wonder song? I really like a lot of just some of the amazing things Stevie Wonder's done over many decades to inspire generations of musicians. But this is I think this is one of the first songs that he wrote himself. He was originally a Motown artist singing songs that were written for him. And I think in about 1970, he was allowed to write his own songs. He probably wasn't even 20 yet by that point. And this was one of the first ones, and it still gets sung, still gets covered all the time, and still gets played on the radio. And it's called Signed, Sealed, Delivered. Have a boogie to this. See if we can boogie to a fiddle. Well, why not? Fiddle Motown. It's a new thing in Weisenheim. Like a fool I went and stayed too long. Now I'm back to see if love's still strong. Ooh,
Here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. It was that time when I said goodbye. Now I'm back, I'm not ashamed to cry. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, babe. You got my future in your hands. Here I am, babe. Done a lot of foolish things that are ready to me. Oh, seen a lot of things in this old world. When I touch them, they mean nothing, girl. Ooh, babe, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Ooh, wee, baby, you set my soul on fire. This is why you are my heart's one and only desire. Ooh, babe, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, babe. Got my future in your hands. Here I am, babe. Done a lot of foolish things that are really to me. Oh, here I am, babe. Got my future in your hands. Here I am, babe. Done a lot of foolish things that are really to me. Oh. Woo! Some Motown Irish fiddle there as well. Well, there's time for one last song. Thanks all for tuning in. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for joining me. It's time to go back onto the electric guitar because that amplifier was very heavy, as I said. So it'd be a shame not to use it again. I was asked by the village of Weisenheim am Sound, the council, to supply some songs for their New Year's address, which is a tradition, and they said, "Can you do something suitable for the situation at the time?" And I thought, well, "Keep Hauling" is a sort of song about hope, and I think I did it in the very first of my online concerts back in April. I think it must have been April last year, and I said, "Oh yeah, we've probably got a few more weeks of lockdown, so we'd better all just get used to the idea and stick together, like a crew on a ship in a storm. Everyone sticks together, everyone does their bit, and we all just come through the storm. Keep hauling." Yeah, little did we know that we'd still be here doing exactly the same thing now.
But it doesn't change. It doesn't change the what we need to do. So this song just feels right to do, and it's a sea shanty. Oh, the sea shanties, of course, have come into fashion all of a sudden. What happened there? So thanks very much for tuning in. I'm not sure whether the links will be... I did post a link at the very beginning for the PayPal. Thanks to everyone who would like to and can for a donation. That pays for the time for me to put these things together. And it's the only way of earning a living as a musician at the moment. Keep hauling, keep hauling, keep hauling, boys. Take care of yourselves. And if you want more, let me know through some kind of emoji. When life keeps hitting you hard, me boys, keep hauling, keep hauling. Wars just seem to outweigh your joys. Keep hauling, boys. True love seems so far away. Keep hauling, keep hauling. The tide will flood your heart someday. Keep hauling, boys. Keep hauling, ho. Rouse and raise your voice. Hold your course and don't let go. Keep hauling, boys. When your guiding star is in cloudy skies, keep hauling, keep hauling. Find your way in the bright sunrise. Keep hauling, boys. Give your best and your heart stay true. Keep hauling, keep hauling. There's only one thing left to do. Keep hauling, boys. Keep hauling, ho. Rouse and raise your voice. Hold your course and don't let go. Keep hauling, boys. When you fought so hard and you lost your hold, keep hauling, keep hauling. Remember fate rewards the bold. Keep hauling, boy. Whatever you ship and whatever you see, come on, keep hauling, keep hauling. Whatever your storms or rocks might be, keep hauling, boys. Keep hauling, home. Rouse and raise your voice. Hold your course and don't let go. Keep hauling, boys. Keep hauling, home. Rouse and raise your voice. Hold your course and don't let go. Keep hauling, boys. Repeat that bit. Keep hauling, boys. 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 Thanks very much. Thanks all for tuning in. See you next time. I'll try and find a better way of inviting people by then. Thanks. have to look to see if anyone wants any more. Well, people seem to want more. What a surprise. Never happened before. Didn't expect that. Well, here's something then. A new song. I've never sung it before. One of the reasons I never sung it before was because it was too high for me, even though I wrote it. It was in the tuning of Dad Gad, D-A-D-G-A-D, and now I've gone down a tone, so that's... I think that's the only reason no one uses this tuning, is because there's no way of communicating it. And it's a summery song. Even though it's not very summery now. Summer's on its way, isn't it? It's a song called Nearly There. Hi Heike, I didn't see you were there. And presumably Matthias. Hi Matthias. And I'll sing this one for Julia. As I said, nearly there. If all you need is a hand to hold, if all you need is for your story to be told, if all you need is an open ear, all you need is over here. Days are passing like a waning moon, half-empty glasses will fill them soon. A swallow swooping on a summer's eve, stay here in the darkness, no plans to leave. When a summer breeze clears the air, we're in no hurry, nearly there. When a summer breeze cools your brow, we'll get by somehow. Better times around the bend, and patience will finally be your friend. Glide like a swallow, catch the rising air, swoop on down and take your share. When a summer breeze clears the air, we're in no hurry, nearly there. When a summer breeze cools your brow, we'll get by somehow. All you need is a promise, oh, and all you need is a light. All you need is
is a promise, oh, so keep your goal in sight. When a summer breeze clears the air, we're in no hurry, nearly there. When a summer breeze cools your brow, we'll get by somehow. When a summer breeze clears the air, we're in no hurry, nearly there. When a summer breeze cools your brow, we'll get by somehow. We'll get by somehow. We'll get by somehow. Take care of yourselves. Thanks very much. If you can find the link, then please donate if you can. And if you can't, then hope you enjoyed it anyway. And see you next time, whenever that might be.